to shut up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. I ain't wasting no time. Nah, y'all better not waste any time either. Go log on to projecttransition.org. Just check out the amazing work we're doing. And we're saying amazing because positive things need to be highlighted. But leave a donation, leave a recurring monthly donation. I send you that book. That's it. Let's move on to this. Because boy, Caitlin Clark done did it again. What is that? Be great playing basketball and be white. I don't know. Something going on here because Caitlin Clark, maybe just because she's successful. Maybe because she's the best in the game right now. I hear you, Juju. You just got there. But I hear you, Juju Walker, saying, I got next. But right now, Caitlin Clark, every single day I hear about her, I hear about how many points she scored. And I also hear how many people don't like her game or she ain't that good. Well, let's go to some of the homies out there, man. You know, Coach Brown, my guy, Jason Brown, him and my boy Smitty got a show. And they were talking about Caitlin Clark. Let's hear that. Let's talk through that right here.
You're telling me that Caitlin Clark could have got to the paint and to the rack on Candace fucking Parker? Get out of here with that shit. I'm so tired of hearing about this girl. She's a fucking mid at best in the middle of Podunk, Iowa. She's the only fucking player on her shitty team, and everything goes through her. She touches the ball 60 times a game, and you're acting like she's the greatest shit since sliced bread. She's mid as shit. I would have loved to see her against Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Miller and Candace Parker and fucking Lobo, and I can name it Sue Bird.
Why are you putting a guard against bigs? That would make sense. That's like saying I would have loved to see Isaiah Thomas go against Shaquille O'Neal and so that would make sense. You're putting Candace Parker who's fucking 6'5" against a guard. Come on, man, make it make sense.
She would adjust her game if there was no three,
her game, just like
she would have went inside.
She would have no
She
choice.
went inside on Lisa Leslie, homie. No, she wouldn't have.
So guards can't get to the paint because of the size difference. We didn't see Tony Parker get to the paint at a high clip. We didn't see AI get to the paint at a high clip. We didn't see Isaiah. Just because you're a guard, you can't get to the paint and drive and finish. Man, stop.
There was a 3-point shot.
I'm not with.
Okay, there we go. I love that because Smitty start poking holes in that argument. Like, dog, what you talking about? Now, what is Jason Brown? What's Coach talking about? First of all, love the coach because Coach from Compton. Just love the coach. All right. Respect him, man. OG right there. What is he talking about? I think this is what he's talking about. He's talking about the same dynamic and phenomenon that goes on where any shooting star, anybody doing this, anybody way up here, anybody getting there, anybody already there, gonna take them hits. Like everybody on the ground pointing them missiles, wop, 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 right? And it struck me because I remember growing up and Magic Johnson, I remember when they were calling him Tragic Johnson, right? And the only reason I know that because I was like, that ain't his name. I ain't think deep about it. I was just like, Tragic Johnson, right? That was the first time I caught wind of that. And then you start fast forward. And I remember Jordan when he first started playing. What am I, like 10 years old or something? So, you know, I'm older than my son right now. And I'm looking at it, they're like, yo, he's selfish. He scores too many points. His team can't win, right? Then you get to LeBron, you get Shaq, all those guys in their eras. Oh, Shaq, yeah, you're dominant, yeah, but it ain't adding up to something, you know. LeBron, oh, you're great. Yeah, we see it. I mean, you're well-rounded. You can do it all. Just ain't going to work here. You can't win here, no matter what we give you. It's like, God, everybody. Steph, oh, he can't stay healthy. Oh, all he can do is shoot threes. Woo. Giannis, oh, man, he got to work on his game, man. He ain't got no jump shot and all that. All these things are true to a degree, but not to the degree of their greatness. Like, damn, can we first start giving out some flowers first, right? Luka, oh, man, when he going to get in shape? And he don't even look that good, and it ain't adding up. Like, I'm telling y'all raising itty bitties and they got a little gang, prepare them. If they ain't getting hated on, they ain't being great. No hate, you ain't great. Let's make up that Wileyism right there. So I remember seeing all that, but then this one's deeper than that. Because one, it's like, how good is she? How great is she? And we're going to attack all greats. That's what we do. But two, we got to look at it like, yeah, this is still women's college basketball. And they can't believe the ratings. They just had the highest rated game in 25 years. And everybody just reluctant to be like, yo, this is good. This is good. Because people are not generally mainstream. We're not a fan of like college basketball, women's college basketball at that. The numbers prove it. We don't like the WNBA, so I think it's like we don't like what this is going to turn into. So do we really like college basketball? I don't like men's college basketball. It's just too many perimeter pass. Oh, shot clock down to 5. Let's run our play. Oh, dive. No, kick out 3. Every play? Oh my God. So I don't like men's college basketball anymore. I certainly don't watch women's college basketball. And I don't like the WNBA. I do like the NBA. So it's weird. 3 of the 4 I don't like. And it ain't got nothing to do with sex. It got to do with I'm watching, and I think y'all are equal in terms of being human beings, and I don't like that product. You know what I'm saying? That don't look good, right? Come on. So a lot of times people try to make it about the gender. I don't think that. I just think sometimes the product sucks. You know what I mean? You can say what you feel, say what you really mean. But I think this one's racial too. Boy, you know, we're going to protect our basketball. America's going to protect this basketball against Europeans. Think about how much race comes into it when they talk about damn basketball. We talk about basketball. What does it matter where you're from? Like, isn't that the beauty of sports? We don't care where you're from. Are you good? But now, all we hear is Euro versus America, right? All right. But this one is black versus white, obviously. And we like to protect basketball. Black people, we're like, that's our sport. Well, you know, Larry Bird came in there shit talking and hitting threes, and it was all right. Well, Larry Bird, get your pass, Larry Bird. And he ain't the only one. Deadly Shrimp was a dude. Y'all remember that? What was my man? Chambers. Ooh, Chambers was sick. He was banging on cats. So, etc. But it's always like outliers, right? They're the exception that's proving the rule that it's a black game. And then here comes Caitlin Clark. And here's the problem. Name the other great woman basketball player that everyone talks about. Sue Bird, Becca Lobo. Who you gonna go? I mean, there's girls, right? But then we also know the long list of the black girls. And the changing of the guard are like, look, the queen is now going to be Caitlin Clark. You see everybody coming out with some dicey comments, Cheryl Swoops in particular. Dicey comments trying to protect that queendom. Trying to make sure it looks like her, not like Caitlin Clark. I think there's a racial component to it. I don't know why Cheryl Swoops went there, and her explanation was even worse when she tried to, I guess, apologize, or it got worse. But the point is, don't worry. Juju Watkins is next after her. Juju dropped 51 yesterday, so it's going to happen. But they don't like Caitlin Clark because she can shoot, because she's from middle America, because she's white. It's like, how much apple pie can we eat in one day? It's like, you better give her flowers. That sucker there is crazy. This takes me back to my last story. When I ran track, used to run track growing up. And it just was like, it was almost like jaw-dropping when you would see somebody in 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters. And not only were they white, not only were they fast, no, they won, right? I remember going to Oregon one time, and I had to race. No, it was in Chicago. Raced this cat, white guy from, like, I think Idaho. Beat me. I was like, what? And I swear I'm 11 or so. I'm already conditioned. It wasn't just the fact that he beat me. There was a percentage of it like, oh, this white dude just beat me. I thought I was going to be embarrassed, or like the silver medal would hurt more. You know what I mean? That's how the game goes. So tell me what y'all think about Caitlin Clark. Is she mid? Come on, y'all. I mean, I know what Coach Brown's trying to do. He's sensationalizing it. He going in, but she ain't mid. If you can shoot the 3-point ball, you ain't got to go in there with the bigs. And if you go in there with the bigs, it's just to give you more spacing so you can shoot the 3-point ball. That's how it is. That's like any sport, any position. You always got to have the counter, so therefore you can do what you're greater at. And she's great at the shot. Wow. So Steph Curry gets to the line, and Steph Curry drives and makes layups and goes in there with the bigs as an offset to him shooting those threes. But all day. And if you can shoot the threes, why do I want to go in there? The only reason I go in there is because of spacing. I got to create spacing. I got to have those defenders lag off me. Bam, hit them. Oh, you want to be tight on me because you know I'm going to shoot the three? Walk right by you. You got to do that. So that argument didn't make sense. All right, love for you guys out there. Tell me what y'all think. Beat it up in the comments. Is Caitlin Clark hated on? Is it racial? Is it geographical? Is it gender-based? Like, what is it? Something there. Because they ain't giving her no flowers. Not enough. Not enough props. All right, let's get to this story right here. Ooh, Rick Ross, what the hell are you doing? It's weird. This is weird. Rick Ross just showed me and proved to me why I don't like my neighbors. Not all of them, but 98% of them. I don't fuck with my neighbors. I don't mess with no neighbors. No. I'll tell y'all the stories after this. But let's look at this situation right here. Rick Ross, neighbor of Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill took exception to Rick Ross because Rick Ross wasn't doing the neighborly thing. He got on his promo tour right in front of his house when his house was burning down. So check this out. Let's look at this video from Tyreek Hill and Rick Ross.
Bro, I'm sitting there one day on radio, and the whole thing is about your goddamn house being on fire. Bro, what the hell happened?
Bro, I was at practice when it happened. Shit, crazy. First of all, I just want to say, Rick Ross, bro, I can't vibe with you now, bro. I can't fuck with you no more, bro. Rick Ross, man. Like, you ain't even come over. You had the audacity to talk to a fireman instead of come text. You got my number, bro. You get on Twitter, post me all over Twitter. Like, after what me and my family went through. You supposed to be the neighbor, the neighborhood hero.
Now, so that was Tyreek Hill talking about Rick Ross. Now, let's hear Rick Ross and what he did, which, I ain't gonna lie, is corny. It's cheesy. Let's go.
Some Wingstop wings on the way being delivered, but as y'all can see, they said it was a minor fire over at Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill crib. That's right across the street from one of my cribs. I ain't tripping. As long as everybody's safe, that's more important than my lemon pepper wings, my ranch dressing, and my roasted corn, trust me. And as you can see, everything is under control.
Everything under control, you sure? I don't know about that, Rick. You gonna say something at the end of this video instead of just showing them fresh ass palm trees? Try to zoom in. Got that prepaid. The zoom ain't working. It ain't going there. All right, that's enough of that. Corny. Rick Ross's feet are not on the ground. I mean, I ain't got to know you to know that anybody who turns that moment, that incident into what he just did, a lot of yes men around you, okay? Because you can't calibrate. There's a fire, minor fire, but it's across the street. Who first thinks, let me film the fire? Let me film all these people out here. Some of y'all do. Let me film this out here. And did you hear him say it? First, he gets into the promo of his wings and stuff, and his wing stops. That's bad enough. Like, you're using this guy's incident that could be really bad. Minor fire doesn't mean it can't be major damage or some real injuries, right? Minor fire. It's still fire, right? Minor fire means the whole house ain't burning up. But doesn't mean the room you were in ain't got burned up. Doesn't mean someone involved didn't get burned up. And looking at it, it's still rescue people going in and out. So you ain't got the final explanation. Just be real. So you're thinking that, all right, whatever, fuck it. I got wing stops to sell. I got some wings to sell. So he puts it out there. And the first thing he started talking about is the food. Then he started talking about what is happening. Then he went full government. Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Full promo. WWE right in front of your house. People crazy out here. All right. It made me think of like, because I ain't trying to like undress Rick Ross, even though I can just see what the hell's going on there. That's beyond Hollywood. That's like just cornbread hustling right there. I'm not a fan of neighbors for this reason, this thing right here, because when you live by somebody, close proximity, a lot of times they think y'all way cooler than y'all are, and they skip steps because, hey, you're my neighbor. I had too many incidents of neighbors skipping steps. So then, I ain't gonna lie, this is something bad about me. I'm not neighborly because I'm tired of always correcting my neighbors. It started when I was in Buffalo, and All your neighbors, oh, they know you moved in. One, you're in Buffalo, you're a black guy. You got to play for the Bills, right? It's what they say, it's 53 black people in Buffalo and they all own the Bills. No, stop. I'm like, damn, okay, so you can't hide. You can't hide. You're on the street, it's all white people. It's all just modern, traditional, like, not modern, normal families. And, you know, husband, wife, husband, button down, insurance salesman, and then 2 kids, you know, the dog, all that. Picket fence. And here you go. You know, I'm bumping Master P. I got me Excursion on 22s. It's like a whole different animal. And I remember a couple of them nice from hello, like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Trying to hide that they don't know you play for the Buffalo Bills. Then there's a couple of them like, oh my God, you live here, right? And then it's the rest who just whatever. Like some of them say hi, some of them don't. They just go on anyway. They ain't tripping. But they are tripping. And this is when I like, nah, I got to put my fence up. Get y'all people. All of a sudden, knock. You know, you rested from practice. You resting. You got a game tomorrow, whatever it is. Knock. Get to the door. Hello? May I help you? And it's a parade outside. It's like 8 people. And I'm like, and I'm looking like, who I know? Hey, how you doing? This is John, your neighbor. Oh, the guy who's never said hello to me. But now it's 8 deep. And he got like some cookies or something. I don't want your cookies. My mom, after all that cyanide poisoning that happened in the 80s, I ain't eating nobody. I don't know food. I ain't going to your buffet. I ain't going to your house. I ain't eating none of that. I got to see it come out of a package. I ain't eating it. So I'm looking like, all right, John, nice meeting you. Oh, you know, yeah, I live right there. Yeah, and I've been living here for 6 months. And you live right there? Oh, you never come over? Just, you know, everybody was excited that you live here. I told them you were a neighbor. You were my neighbor. I told them and they didn't believe me. So, and it's like, could you sign, like, hey, come here, Jonathan, tell him. Hey, and now you got to be nice because the little kid, itty bitty, didn't do nothing. You're like, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, wow. Like, he told me you lived there. I didn't believe him. And then next thing you know, you out there 10 minutes, only because you cut it short, because they want to come in. They want to talk all ball and all of that. Here's the problem. I don't have a problem with fans. I got a problem with this. You ain't care about me. You ain't speak to me. You ain't come at me. 6 months? And that's why I ain't never come to your house with no cookies. Because I was like, we're going to keep it going. And you see me, and all of a sudden, the first time you want to break ice, first time you want to cut this ribbon and say, hey, how you doing, neighbor, is when you're going to get something out of it. Rick Ross, right there. He just did the cookie story. He just, oh, I'm going to sell some wings. And look at Tyreek Hill's burning up. And, oh, what the hell is going on? I ain't got to go too deep on this. It's corny. It's just weak. It's telling. What I love is that Tyreek called him on it. Like, dog. And, you know, there's some social pressure not to call out Rick Ross or, you know, if it were 50 Cent, but I don't know why I brought that up. But Rick Ross, you don't want to call him out because then he going to be, oh, you my bad, or you hating, or you weak. You know, he don't want that back and forth, but he's just like, dog, on principle. For real. Like, on principle, dog. You didn't even check on your boy. My neighbor didn't check on me until they could get something out of it, some autographs and some cred from their family. So just watch yourselves, man. If y'all gonna be neighborly, be neighborly. If not, don't fuck with them. They live close to you. That's it. They ain't your neighbor. It's a whole different animal. So now I'm in a position where I don't really kick it with my neighbors outside of 2. The rest of them, it could have been 3. The third one, though, they came in too hot. Came at my wife sideways. Didn't know that was my wife. You ever had that? Somebody trying to get to you, but they don't know who you with. And they diss who you with, and then be like, oh, hey. Too late. Came at my wife real hot. Like, I don't know if she thought she was a housekeeper or something, but she was not nice. And then try to be all lovey-dovey to me. Old people, too. They can't hide it well. And I was like, all right, well, too late. Young diss the queen, can't get no love. All right, let's talk about who. No, beat it up in the comments. Tell me what y'all think about that. 1 to 10, what's the corny level of that? Yeah, let's hear about that. And what else? What's up with Rick Ross? You all right? Like, I just can't imagine, what was that, 04, 05, Rick Ross? Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the fucking boss. That guy would do that. Like, just start filming and selling and not tripping on even Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill? Plus, you put your house and stuff all on blast. Like even in the gated community, it's still like, now I don't want everybody to seeing all these coordinates. Not in this respect. You can show stuff around your house, but damn, you doing a promo? Promo means promotion. That means alerts. That means, hey, I'm here. A little too much. Beat it up in the comments. Tell me what y'all think all about it and how much love y'all got for Tyreek for calling him out. All right, let's get to this story. Denzel. Anytime Denzel says anything, you know what we do. Salute. He can say it's ABCs. Salute. Quick story. It's going to be super quick. I had cigars one time with Denzel Washington for hours. Yeah. Shout out to the Pump Brothers. Those are the homies. Everybody in LA know the Pump Brothers, if not the world. And they real close with Denzel. Matter of fact, I just saw some posts from the Pump Brothers. They were at Denzel's house holding his Oscars and stuff. So they super cool. And one time I was hanging with them and they were like, yo, Denzel coming through. And Denzel's super cool. Actually has listened to my work before and always give me good props and good messages. Well, he gives the world good messages because this is another good message. Listen to what Denzel said about those who can and those who cannot.
Those who can do. Those who can't talk about those who can. Now, can you or can you not? Or you just want to sit on the sideline to talk about other people, or can you step up?
That part. We got a whole big ass industry in sports media built off of this principle right here. Those who can do, they play. And those who can't, talk about those who can. And that's the media. Now, nothing's wrong with that because who else is going to talk? Here's what's wrong. Nothing's wrong with the whole dynamic. You can, you're going to go do it and get that big money on the field. You can't, you're going to talk about what he's doing because you theorized it, you studied it, you got close to it, and you kind of understand, you're familiar with it. Plus, you're articulate, you're entertaining, you're educating the people, etc. Right? Nothing wrong with that. Here's the problem. Two things. One, now, because you're not fully invested, fully engaged, you don't have the deep respect for the process. You don't have the deep respect for how this all is made, right? You just result-based. But guess what? A casual could be result-based. You're supposed to be deeper than that. You're supposed to go into different layers and lanes of that because you know how difficult it is to just do it. You want to know how you know? Because you couldn't do it. Here's the thing. You know how hard it is? I'm just being real. To make a team. Like, for real. Like, if you live in, I'm from LA, so that's probably, I'm like, damn, it's hard to make a team. To make a team. I'm talking about coach gave you a uniform and you get to wear it. Just go to practice. Make the team. It's hard. Then make the team and let me mess around and start. I'm at this school. It's 2,000 kids here. 150 tried out for the football team. And we got 22 starters. And I'm one of them. Not only am I starting, I'm balling, dog. I'm balling to the point where I'm all league, all city, all state, all American. That guy still ain't guaranteed to make it all the way. God dang. Oh, you know what I mean? I would love to see this stat. I bet AI can do it right now. How many college All-Americans did not go pro? And how many college All-Americans didn't last beyond 3 years, the average? So I come from things like judge a man by the distance traveled. And I always start with the distance traveled of, it was a pack of us. And then I became the one, the man. Salute. Props. That ain't how we do it. So our industry has now got to the point where Caitlin Clark is mid. All-time scoring leader, mid. What y'all gonna do? Which version y'all want? Y'all want the version where you like, dog, be entertaining, but talk the real. God dang, she balling out of control. Look, she not only made the team, she is the team, and she carrying that team in tournaments, and she the all-time scorer. Or, she mid. She couldn't do nothing on Lisa Leslie. I mean, like, Lisa Leslie ain't guarding her. So that kind of conversation. I love that this is the conversation, because if this wasn't the conversation, it'd be like it was in the late 90s, all the 2000s, up to of late. we didn't have this conversation. We weren't looking at the industry and turning it on its head. We weren't looking on the inside, seeing how the sausage was made and being critical. Like, it was only critical to the athlete. It was only critical to the man in the arena. The critic was absolved of all the criticism. And that's why I go at cats. And that's why I like saying names. Now, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, because it's only like 12 of us. Like, it's only like 12 real names out there that people really go to, right? Whatever it may be. 15, 20. But then it starts getting like circular. Like, I'm talking about the same cats all the time, and they doing something wrong. Because it's not personal with the cats, but there's only 20 cats to talk about. Then it starts sounding personal. You keep bringing me up. You keep bringing me up. You keep bringing me up. I'm like, I'm bringing up what you're saying, not bringing you up. You keep bringing up LeBron. You keep bringing up Caitlin Clark. Like, it's funny when you bring up Stephen A. Let's bring up Stephen A. Y'all know that I've had some critical videos of Stephen A. Despite still saluting Stephen A. for how great he does his thing. Like, that's a big empire. Respect. He talks about LeBron. He talks about LeBron. He talks about the Cowboys. He talks about the Cowboys. He talks about Dak. He talks about Dak. I talk about him. I talk about him. I talk about Skip. I talk about Brian Clark. I talk about Fred Taylor. I talk about, you know what I mean? And I just trip how fans have been so conditioned that they don't catch how many times they talk about the same stuff, but catch anybody talking about them as many times as they do, right? You're like, why you keep talking about Skip? Why you keep talking about the Cowboys? No one has that answer. So it's so funny. So it's like, they talk about the Cowboys? Talk about them. Well, the Cowboys, Cowboys, what we here to talk about. Is it? They talk about the Cowboys when they in fourth place in their own division. So come on, man. It just doesn't make sense. So I like to highlight these type of things because I'm a weirdo like that. As simple as that. I will say this. I went to have drinks with somebody in the industry, big name, big face. People will know. And it's crazy how quietly they all, I shouldn't say all, because I ain't had drinks with all of them. Everyone that I have drinks with, dinner with, kick it with, text with, they hate what they're doing, but they got to do it. They on that treadmill. Like, they literally were like, yo, this is some bullshit. But you get the producer's rundown. The producer gets their marching orders from the bosses up top. Bosses up top are a little distant from it. They're just looking at spreadsheets. They're just looking at ratings. They're just looking at what spikes. And they're like, do that. And then you're like, but we've done that. And can we do something else? And can we do it differently? Nah. So you know how it is when your job is on the line. And people always say you're chasing money. Well, look, you got to pay the bills. These lights, they're not free. They don't come on for free. This ain't sunlight, mama. So, like, they got to do their job to pay their bills, to live. And is it that deep? Right? So then they just like, all right, I'm going to do it. And if you, the reporter, you, the host, you, the analyst, don't want to do it, come on, dog. You know how long that line is. Just like in sports. Oh, you don't want to run across the middle? Get out of line. Kendrick, go get him. And Kendrick going to run across the middle. So we're all, like, in this little world, replaceable. Look at all them ESPN layoffs. Look at all them Fox layoffs. Look at all the cats that tapped out. Shoot, look at me. Like, everybody is like, you either replaceable or you just want to go somewhere else, right? Just raise your hand. That's enough. It was fun. Deuces, right? Look at Shannon. He had a whole different, a year ago versus now. Like, it's just, this is a wild industry, and I just don't know where it's going, but we here to disrupt it. Let's have some fun with it. Beat it up in the comments, what Denzel said. And do you want a sports media shift? Do you want a media shift? I know media sucks. Like, national media, I do not watch local news. Every now and then they catch me slipping. Murder, armed robbery, arson, found a cat. And I can't watch national media because I'm like, it's poison. Who the fuck who are these people? Who is making this stuff? It's crazy. So sports media is no different. It's just like, to me, it's just a holy hot mess. Let's go out there and fix it. All right, y'all, coming up next, Never Shut Up. Focus some comments. Wileyism, get up out of here. Next, we'll Never Shut Up, Branks TV and Reach TV. funking up some comments. But first, y'all need to pick up y'all damn book. How do you get this book? Well, you go to projecttransition.org and leave a monthly donation. It can be $5. That's it. Boom. Book is yours. Ain't that good? Ain't that life? All right, let's get into these comments. Oh, man. Marcellus, you play for Dallas. You have some insight. You're not painting a picture. Under the right structure, this team could have three-peated. See, you don't watch this show every day. No one does. I don't even watch it. The road to success and failure look almost exactly the same. Never forget that. Okay, because a lot of times we think, oh, the successful one did all of this and the failure did none of that. Now, I know cats that put in work. It just didn't work out. So the Dallas Cowboys are kind of in that position where a ball drop here. Y'all remember like the call against Dez in Green Bay. Ezekiel Elliott when he played them against the Rams in the playoffs and didn't show up, 20 carries, 43 yards. Like, you know, Dak had his bad game. Like, it's just this. It's not. Here's the best way to explain it. They say airplane pilots, right? 1 degree off with enough distance, enough time would take you to a completely different hemisphere. like 1 degree. Like to go there, you don't have to go there. You could just be 1 degree off. You see that? 1 degree off. Now go far enough. Go long enough. There again. That's the Dallas Cowboys, dog. It's just be a degree off, a degree off. Look at San Francisco. They could have easily won the Super Bowl. Greenlaw got hurt. Kelsey went loose. Right? Call here. Should have coin flip. Come on, man. People stop thinking it's so extreme. Barry Sanders said it best. The difference between a 60-yard touchdown and a 6-yard loss, tackle for loss, is 6 inches. If I could make you do that, 6 inches, the D tackle, 6 inches, a linebacker, is the difference between a 6-yard tackle for loss and a 60-yard touchdown run. Just that. Watch some Barry Sanders highlights. Cats are almost there. Almost is the word. Cowboys, almost there. But not there. I give you that. Great show. I love how you address issues honestly, but with class. Thank you. I had to highlight that because I'm trying to keep it classy up here, right? We got itty bitties watching. I hate when people are like, oh, you got to go in. No, you've been conditioned. You don't have to go in. I can go in, and I will go in, but you don't have to go in. You know what I'm talking about. How in the hell, we were talking about equal rights. How in the hell you get hit in the face 11 times? Were you sedated, handcuffed, or unconscious? I don't give a damn who it is. We should not take abuse from them. 11 times is abuse. 11 times is allowed abuse. Okay, here's the circumstances. I'm not going to condemn you, even though there's a part of me want to. What an ex, and she decides to hit me. Just like the video I showed yesterday. Women think they can hit men because men can't hit back. We know the rule. So unspoken or not, it's just you hit a woman go whop, and do you hit her whop? What just happened? You're like, oh, we forgot the first hit. It's the second hit. So she hit me the first time. I was like, what? And I can't do that. The second time, I was like, what? So then after that, I was challenging. I ain't gonna lie, I was doing this. Are you sick? That's 4. 5. And I was like, wow. Now, they weren't hurting. Like, I play football. Come on. It's the point of you are really trying to hurt me. To your point, emotional abuse. Like, she was trying to hurt me in here. Because you ain't gonna, that ain't gonna hurt me. I'm mentally, like, if you trying to hurt me and I don't want to feel pain, I ain't been hit hard enough yet, I guess. You ain't gonna hurt me. Like, my mind gonna take over, like, dog, that ain't gonna hurt. I'm gonna whoop your, so I'm looking at her like, are you serious? Because we together. I'm like, damn, you really, forget this encounter. Forget this could turn into like a police thing and you could be like, oh man, he hit me. Or, no, I didn't. But you hit me. So what? He hit me, officer. Locked up. She hit me, officer. Ma'am, did you hit him? I'm like, lock her up. What do you mean, lock her up? So that's what that situation was. Just to give you a little clarity, a little context. Thinking you believe in equality is like calling yourself a God-fearing Christian. It sounds great to say, but like the Bible, we pick and choose which verses we want to ignore, and we pick and choose when we want to be equal. But the society is to blame. No one would care if The Rock was to beat up Kevin Hart, even though he's 3 times as big. But if I was to beat up Brittany Griner, I'd be the bad guy, even though she is bigger than me. Great point. Give you a star for that. Great point. Yeah, and women I don't know if they get it fully. Like, they need to speak louder on this. This gets them more respect and equality, because it's not equal. Let's just stop it. Like, I don't believe in that. I used to always say that to Acho, especially. I was like, dog, stop. Miss me with all this equality conversation. Like, it's not true, and it's okay it's not true. You know why it's okay? Because you ain't changing it. Like, dog, men are stronger. Women have a higher pain tolerance. Like you're just not stopping. We're not equal to them in some stuff. So stop it. Stop all this. Miss me. Just be real. So here's the thing. You look at a woman, and if they were louder about, hey, women, let's stop hitting these dudes. Let's stop getting away with that. I mean, there's several things. The baby mamas in courts, like if they were like, let's stop trying to extort them. You know, it's a lot of things. These false allegations and lawsuits. And, you know, because a lot of them they're more women-based. Stop trying to play the victim. If women stop playing that card and start playing like, no, we're going to stop that shit, then the equality, it will balance. For real. Because the respect, because everybody knows, like I told you about the cat that I went and had drinks with, everybody whispering the truth. Because we going to message each other. We going to know the real. And then we just going to go out there and play the role. Like, oh, yeah. And then go home like, these dumbasses. Like, who doesn't do that, right? And that's the game I'm trying to fix. I wish we had public discourse that was like, you dumbass. Like, I disagree. Talk to me. And respectfully. Like, you know what I mean? Even though I said dumbass, respectfully go there. Instead of going home into your own, hey, honey, they dumb as hell, ain't they? And then we go back out and fake the funk, play the role. So let me know what y'all think about that, man. Those are the comments right there. Bring me some more comments about today's show. Let's go get it. All right, y'all know how we finish every show with a Wileyism. Yeah. Everybody wants to go to the parade, but nobody wants to build the floats. This is one of my favorite ones. I could have used this one. I might have used this one before because I love it so much. And it just lets me know that people ain't trying to work with you, but they trying to celebrate with you. They trying to get that game in with you, right? But they ain't trying to get that practice in with you. Oh, man, I am trying my best to condition my kids to love to work. It's a tough thing, too, because human beings are born to want the most by doing the least. That's why all success I appreciate, all success I reward, all success I applaud, because it's so hard to be successful. You do nothing. Guess what your reward is? Nothing. To get anything in this world, the world has told you and you have told the world, I'm doing something. That's why I don't stand these cats that be trying to rip people down. Because I'm like, dog, that sucker did something. Oh, he didn't do what you wanted him to do, but have you done everything your ass wanted to do? You know what I mean? So, love to all the people who are doing things in this world. Success looks a billion different ways. Please stop getting into this lazy mindset of sports entertainment is the only way to be successful. I'm not an athlete or whatever. You know, that's why I expose the kids through Project Transition. We do Beyond Borders. We take them to see CEOs and managers and VPs. Just let them see what a partner looks like in a firm. Like, God. And all the money in this world, like the real money is not with your body, right? Like what we got, 3 billionaires, 4 billionaires that are athletes, former athletes, LeBron, Tiger, Jordan. I think there's one more. They just had that wedding I told y'all about that my boy Ben Horowitz went to, right? He's a billionaire many times over, a few times over. I don't think any athletes were there, not one. And there were like at least 10 billionaires. The dude who threw the wedding for his kid, $114 billion. I only bring up money because it's objective. Like, what else am I going to bring up? My job is better than yours. Okay, that's not objective. But money, you get paid. No athletes. So only point is to tell the itty bitties, man, that athletics is great. Great fame, great fortune, great head start in life. But it's greener pastures using your brain, not your body. So you got to put in that work, y'all. No matter what you're doing, put in that work. And remember, when you're putting in that work, it might be lonely. Probably is. Because everybody wants to go to the parade, but nobody wants to build the floats. All right, that'll do it for today's episode. Never shut up. Love you guys. Have an amazing day. I'm getting up out of here. Trying to get my voice back. But we got to start coaching, so it's going to be gone. Exactly. stage a lot faster. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm so inspired to be here, and thanks Shine Global for this award, to be recognized for doing the right thing, to be recognized for doing good things, and trying to inspire others for their own greatness. I'm just a kid from Compton who, at an early age, had to look inside to find my opportunities, because on the outside, there were so many whispers and sometimes yells of I couldn't make my dreams a reality. And thought that was very unfortunate, but I was thankful that I never internalized that chorus that was around me. I was a kid that understood that you had to be greater than your greatest excuse. And I had a lot of excuses. I had a lot of reasons to have self-doubt. But I was able to develop my inner power, discover that inner power, and make sure that I showed the world exactly who I wanted to be. And it was really simple for me. It was to make my dreams a reality. There was nothing more to it. And as I now stand here, just a few miles from where I grew up, where that adversity still is strong, and as we see through these movies, that it's worldwide, not just in our locale. You see the suffering, you see the gangs, you see the drugs, you see the poverty. And there's always one common escape. It's that inner power, it's that ambition. It's having a voice that's louder than those surrounding voices. And I'm on a mission, a global mission, to make sure that that inner power inspires all to not only give, but to receive the blessings that come from giving. And I'm up here right now as a guy who's challenging everyone to give their 3 T's. That's time, that's talent, and that's treasure. Human capital, financial, whatever it may be. Let's invest in each other, because we all have to coexist here together. And as I look around and I have a foundation that really inspires these kids to become their greatest version of themselves, and to look in the mirror to make sure that they're greater than their greatest excuse. It gives me my greatest passion. I was a kid who wanted to be a school teacher, but because of my height, weight, and speed, I became a football player. So I took that helicopter ride up as high as I could, but as I was ascending, I never forgot that I was once one of those fork-in-the-road kids who was shot at many times, who had to navigate around adversity every single day, who had to waste so much of his brain power just trying to get home every day. And so many experiences that sometimes you become desensitized to. But in reality, that is someone else's reality. So I'm so thankful to stand in front of all of you guys as an example of the kids that we're trying to affect, the underserved, the underprivileged, those who are told that their hardships are greater than who they are. But hopefully we can inspire them all to look inward, because everything they want out there is already in here. Appreciate you guys.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right. Get a 125% sign-up bonus, and to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we're giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.